Tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome to your Friday Live. What a week. This has been a big week, and some reoccurring themes that have come up in the work that I've been doing this week. So we kicked off the week last weekend in Otaki at the Women's Weekend Retreat, which was awesome. It was awesome to finally get the opportunity to do this retreat, which originally was planned for April, which of course was lockdown, and a great group of women, an awesome weekend. Really privileged to have been able to create the space for that to happen. And then this week has been quite a heavy delivery week. So I've been out of a few businesses, doing some workshops, and also had an event last night, which was really interesting for those of you that were in Wellington at the City Gallery for the Disrupt HR event. Again, something that's been rearranged from original lockdown dates. And this was a real challenge for me because as a speaker, I'm used to using slides, I'm used to talking about my message. I'm not used to the format of having 15 seconds per slide and only 5 minutes in total. So every speaker, 20 slides, 15 seconds. It really challenged me to hone my message and talk in a different way, especially because my topic was slowing down to speed up, which is not a topic you can really rush, I think. So a great challenge, really enjoyed the opportunity last night. And slowing down to speed up is something that we talked about at the retreat. Obviously it was the subject of last night's talk that I did, and it's also something that will be coming up in my TED talk, which is next weekend. More about that later. And it's something that's so important, and I've had to do a bit of that myself this week because it has been a busy week, because it's straight off the back of a weekend retreat where I've worked 7 days and lots of talking and delivery. And as an introvert, I know that that drains me as much as I love it. So for me, that's meant saying no to some networking meetings this week to create space to just be by myself. It meant that yesterday I actually had a 20-minute nap on the couch yesterday afternoon, so that when I went to my event yesterday evening, I was a little bit more energized than I perhaps would have been. And one of the things that I talk about with this concept of slowing down to speed up is, where are our opportunities? How do we make the most of our moments to press pause? And of course that can be a 20-minute nap between other things. It can be saying no to stuff to create more time for us. And it's something that came up on the retreat. As lovely as going on retreat is and having a weekend to ourselves, to invest in ourselves, we don't always get the opportunity to do that very often. So how do we take the effect that going on retreat has with us through our daily lives? And this can just mean those small purposeful pauses that we take throughout the day. So instead of picking up our phones while we're waiting for the kettle to boil, that we actually sit and watch our breath. That instead of scrolling on the bus, we listen to a meditation app. There's so many different ways of doing this, and we're all different, so we have different preferences. It's less about what we do and more about making sure we prioritize it and make time for those small moments and those windows in our day where we can rest, where we can recharge, because I think it's one of the things that contributes to our superwoman complex is that we constantly perform at our peak, or we try to. We're always on the go, we're always trying to do everything, and of course we're trying to do it well. And then when we can't, we feel like we failed. So where are those opportunities between all that performing and being at our peak and all of the doing to actually spend some time being, and to press pause and to press reset and to take a breath? So it's something that's come up a lot. It's also something that will feature in my TEDx talk, which I'm getting really excited / a little bit nervous about. And that's just been made more widely available. So some really exciting news on that front. So the TEDx talk is in the Waikato. I'm performing at TEDx Ruakura week on Sunday, so Sunday the 20th of September. Now originally that was only open to ticket holders and obviously people in the Waikato, but that's now going to be live streamed. So they've had restrictions on their audience numbers because of our COVID-19 levels, and that means that's now available by live stream. So hop onto the Facebook events page that I've created, because you'll find the link there. It'll also be posted on my page nearer the time as well. So if you wanted to see that live, then hop onto the live link. Of course, it's a TEDx, so it will be available via the TED channels as a filmed, recorded session long after that too. So excited about that. I've spent pretty much the last 3 months reciting this so I can memorize it word for word, again out of my comfort zone. Something that I've never done. I normally speak from notes, I normally have slides. TEDx has been a challenge because there are no notes. there are no slides, and it's 15 minutes of word for word from memory, and that's never been one of my strengths. So a lot of different ways of pushing myself out of my comfort zone over these last few weeks, and I'm looking forward to sharing the product of that with you. So what else is coming up this month? Well, it's Mental Health Awareness Week towards the end of September, and I've got a webinar that's coming up around mindset. So you know that when I talk about potential, I talk about two sides of achieving our potential. We have to have the energy to deliver on our potential, so that's how we deal with our busyness, how we deal with our calm, peaceful mind and invest in self-care, but we also have to have the belief that we have potential in the first place. And of course, mindset is where these two things meet. Having a clear, calm mind gives us the energy, and having a positive mindset gives us the belief. So mindset is so critical. I love presenting this stuff, and Mental Health Awareness Week seems like a perfect opportunity to share this. So the tickets are actually half price at the moment as part of the early bird special. That will only be until the end of this week, so get in today to make the most of that. I'll pop the link in the comments to this live. And of course, there's a corporate package available. So for those of you that are looking for something to do in your business for Mental Health Awareness Week, you can select the corporate package when you book that, and what that will enable you to do is share it across your organization. So you might choose to screen that in your boardroom. It's on lunchtime on the Wednesday of Mental Health Awareness Week, which is the 23rd of September. And so you can put that on in your boardroom and invite everybody in your business to come along and share that webinar. Please get in touch if you've got any questions about that, or if you'd like me to come in and do something specific with your staff over Mental Health Awareness Week. Otherwise, the webinar is a great way of tapping into the power of our mindset and some real practical tools to take away to help us thrive in this space. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, whatever you're doing, and I hope this week has been a good one. Mā te wā.